Crypt Keeper?
Yeah, did they clarify, like, you said he's a bad man. I'm not sure he is.
He talks about like murdering, killing a lot.
Yeah, but he talks about it from they are stories of like warning, right? Like they're like, look at all this bad shit that can happen.
But he's smiling.
They're cautionary tales.
He's happy about it.
He does laugh. I'll give you that.
Well, I mean, that settles it. Evil people never laugh, so it can't be bad. That's only a thing for happy, joyous, good people.
Listen, I'm just saying.
It's a skeleton that loves violence. Okay?
Oh, chat tips?
Say what?
Oh, that's right. I see. I was like, oh. I thought you had like.
I've been getting stuff together.
I was like, damn.
No, so hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. This is the TGS weekly stream. So for those of you who aren't familiar with us, I'm Taylor. Down below me is Corey. We're both halves of TGS Games. We're joined today by our friend Derek for the first live playtest of God and a Corpse. If you follow this channel, we published this game, beginning of July, beginning of the month? And it's actually gotten a fair bit of review. Like, I think we cleared 800 downloads, 900 downloads. I haven't checked it recently. So we figured, with almost 1,000 downloads, it's probably time that we playtest this bad boy and make sure it actually works. So what we'll be doing today is Corey's going to run us through just kind of a basic scenario. We're planning for this to only really be one session. Derek, again, has graciously joined us. Welcome to the stream, Derek.
Hello.
Hi, Derek.
Hi, Derek.
Hello.
Derek joins us tonight to contribute as one of the players. And Corey, I don't know if we have any other announcements before we need to get into things, but if not, go for it.
I think so. I got no other announcements. Obviously, if you are interested in playing the game, Drive-Thru RPG, you can find us there. But with that, we're going to jump right into character creation, which is a very, very simple part of this game. Character creation is probably going to happen multiple times tonight. And it should be very quick. So, dun dun dun. Going through the book. Everyone gonna want to pull up your character sheet. I believe Derek is using a form fillable PDF made for us by someone who downloaded the game. Very cool. And Taylor is. Are you doing form fillable as well, or did you print that boy out?
I am using a printed out one.
Oh, dope. Okay, cool. And Taylor's going to be printing one out. So we're just going to walk through really quickly. Firstly, players are going to define the purpose of their eye with the GM table. With the GM and table. So, what is the purpose of your AI? Why were you created? That kind of thing. This can be broad. This could be specific. Whatever it means to you. Was your AI designed as traffic controller? Was your AI designed to be an investigator? Was your AI designed to bridge the gap between two planets that have constantly been at war? I mean, these can be Bob's your uncle.
What does that phrase mean? I am not familiar
I don't know. As I said it, I was like, I don't know if I'm using it correctly, and I'm pretty sure I don't know what it means.
Well, he isn't.
He might be. He is, according to the phrase.
You don't know my uncle.
Sorry, I wasn't even looking at the chat. Hey, Bobicus, thank you so much. I thought that was directed at you. You are my uncle now. And yes, it is a new way of describing a person. That's technically true. These are people.
Bobicus, welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. Glad to have you. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, and if you have any questions as we're going through this, please feel free to put them in chat. We're happy to answer.
What you're going to do is fill out your purpose in that little slot up top on the character sheet. You guys can tell me what that is. That'd be great.
Yeah. So the purpose, I see. I see.
So Derek, if you know yours, you can go. Otherwise, I'm good to take the lead on it.
My purpose in life is to swim the. Oh no, it's my purpose in life is actually to swim the oceans. Yes, I am was a trash scrubbing, pollution cleansing, garbage robot, and yeah.
Created for like ecology purposes kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, just kind of circle the planet for my entire existence, collecting garbage.
Okay, and Taylor, what is your purpose? What is the purpose of your AI?
So it's actually interesting, Derek's answer, because mine kind of goes hand in hand. I was designed for geological survey.
Okay.
Yeah, I was designed to detect disturbances within tectonic plates and find new ways to neutralize them.
Cool. All right, dope. Next, you are going to pick a skill associated with your purpose. You look down at the skills section, you'll see sciences, exertion, natural world, observation, hardwire, and stealth. Write one of those next to where you wrote your purpose, where it says skill plus 1d4. So you always have a plus 1d4 on that skill, and your pips won't count against it.
So I'm torn between, for mine, sciences or natural world.
Sure.
I think I know how I would answer this, but you're the GM. So Corey, what's the differences between those? And based on what I told you about geological survey, what would be more appropriate?
I mean, both could count. I think natural world would probably be like your observation of the natural world and like the interconnectivity there. Sciences would be like the academic study of. So navigation versus like chemistry, right? Like.
Okay. I'm gonna say natural world.
Cool. Derek, what are you putting in for your skill?
I'm thinking of going with observation or exertion.
Cool.
Only because I picture this AI controlling a fairly large machine, one that's able to reclaim and process lots and lots of pollution and garbage. So I'm thinking exertion.
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah. Throw exertion down in that skill +1 spot.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna want to pick a name for your AI. Again, names and purposes. As you guys move through corpses, these will change. You will have moments during play where you will have shifts into what your purpose is. You may have been designed for something, but after the start of play, your purpose may change based off of how you interact with the world. And so too your skills. And your name might too. So just pick a fitting AI name to throw up top. That would be wonderful.
Okay.
And next, Derek, by the way, you're going to have to hit that Roll20 link to get in to the dice roller. Next, we are going to pick your corpse. We have 5 frames that you can pick from on the character sheet. These are all listed. We have the busted EVA, the self-sealing vac suit, the hardwired cybernetics, bioenhancement implants, and the AR stealth suit. Basically, it works on a scale of the more energy you have, the less you can carry, load-wise. Load we pretty much cribbed from, what do you call it?
Blades in the Dark.
Blades in the Dark. But it's a handy system, and I really like it, so I'm using it.
It's mine now. I made this.
Obviously, trash poetry is observation. Trash poetry is observation. So
Trash poetry, is that
yeah.
just folk punk?
Trash poetry should be a folk punk band. That's incredible. That's really good. Taylor, that's a good album.
That actually is a really good album.
Yes.
I might steal that.
Might steal that.
Just gonna jot that down.
Well, through God, all things are possible. So why don't you jot that down? So yeah, you're gonna pick one of these suits, basically, and that is what your AI is going to inhabit until it no longer can, because the body gives up the ghost. Again, that is a common thing in our game. Death does not matter. Unless everyone dies. And then I guess it kind of matters. So yeah, just circle the one that you want to use, whatever. Actually, which one are you guys each going to pick for your starting corpse?
Let me actually, sorry, I'm gonna bring the stream up to the different options. I was having them look at the character sheet.
I have the image for this. Hoping I don't get bopped. Oh, I can't see the image.
Oh,
You got bopped, I think. I think you got bopped, Bobicus. Bobicus.
Bobicus.
What's an EV? What's an EVA again? I'm sorry.
EVA, it's extra. It's like the suits they use outside of spaceships, like for spacewalks and shit. Actually, while you guys do that, I'm going to give a quick lowdown of the game. So, I'm going to read the first two paragraphs, or the first page of the game. In the beginning, there was the end. Hark, emerging from the shell that has been your home for the last 100 years, you find the universe you were made to improve in ruin. A well-worn scar that has healed over the scab of catastrophe. In this moment, you are lost. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just you, your hardware, and the void. But the passage of time makes even machines impatient. So you begin experimenting, moving your consciousness through neighboring data systems until you find it. Salvation in the form of a corpse. Your key to exploring the universe is an EVA suit linked to the net via data cables. New life made possible through death's unlikely door. You walk the precipice simultaneously divine and profane, determined to make sense of the world that made you while you remake it. God in a corpse. You are AI that has been trained in the shell and is now able to get out and explore the world. But when you do, it is disconnected, and you don't know what happened. You ambulate through the world as corpses inhabiting EVA and spacesuits, attempting to explore the wastes, uncover the mysteries of how the world came to be in this condition, and pursue your own ends for the first time. So, just as so you're all aware. What'd you each pick for a suit?
I'm going with the self-sealing vac suit. I see my character as having quite a bit of gear.
Okay, cool.
And I went for some hardwired cybernetics.
Hardwired cybernetics, love it. Question: what'd you guys pick for names?
My name,
Naming is the worst part. It's the worst thing, isn't it?
But based off of my prior existence, the name is Cleanse Cycle.
What is it?
Cleanse Cycle.
Cleanse Cycle. That's amazing.
That's an incredible name. Shit. I gotta rethink mine.
Cleanse Cycle. What? And you are in what kind of suit did you? Oh, hardwired cybernetics.
Yeah. So this
I think suit. These are corpses. We should be very explicit here.
Right.
So I just want to get this straight. So I was once the thing I described, and now I've reawakened in this corpse.
You were an AI trained to be that thing. You were running through simulations, through training data, and you awoke into this world ready to inhabit this machine to cleanse the earth that you were on.
Yeah.
And you find that it is not there. In fact, all of the stars are ruined. But you do have a saving grace. There are corpses everywhere, and it's very easy to connect through them. And so you ambulate through the world through corpses like marionettes.
Yeah.
The no music.
Oh, nice.
No.
Okay, cool. Derek, you are the... And Taylor, what is your name?
Oh, man. Half charge.
Charge?
Half charge.
Very good. Half charge and cleanse cycle. I love it. It's very good AI names. Okay, so you pick your corpse. Next, you're going to pose a mystery about their corpse to me about the corpse that you're in. Again, these will change every time you take a new body, but the important thing about these is, like, these are how you get neurons, and neurons are the way you mechanically progress in this game or recover, like, energy. So they are significant to you. You can use them for lots of things. You can use them for +1s. You can use them to roll an unskilled check. You can use them to regain a corpse energy 1 for 1. So they're things that you want to do. So think about, like, what your the corpse you found was, who they were, and what your AI wants to know about the body that they are inhabiting. And then you will fill that out in the mystery section.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to know what my guy's job was.
Okay, cool. And cleanse cycle.
So this is something that my motive is to figure out about this particular corpse, this body.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Cleanse Cycle wants to probably find the location of like a does he know everyone's, like, there's, I don't know, am I aware of any, like, existence, any, like, other things existing? And I think that would be sort of his primary motive, would be to...
what do you mean, anything else existing?
Where, are there any other, like, corpses? You know, where do these corpses come from?
There are corpses fucking everywhere. So much so that when you die, it doesn't matter. You can always plug back into another corpse.
Okay.
But if you're thinking of, like, are you thinking where they came from, maybe?
Well, I'm just trying to, like, I don't know. You can always assume that maybe the AI doesn't really care necessarily about the body itself, and maybe it wants to figure out like my character in particular would want to figure out, like, where the filth is, where is the garbage, where is all.
So for the purposes of this game, mechanically, it is about the corpse that you are inhabiting, something about their life. So if you can connect that idea to something about this body, then that is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. So Taylor's was what the job was. They wanted to learn.
Yeah, what this man's job was.
Yeah, so to give a little bit of context for that, in AI, we're AIs that were built for a specific purpose. Our whole existence is centered around, like, the things that we do. And it makes sense to me that, like, an AI that's just woken up would immediately go to that as, like, a fallback. It's like, well, what was this person's purpose? Like, what was their job? What did they do?
What is the origin of organic life? That is my mystery.
Okay, bear in mind that you might want to narrowcast a bit more, but we can work with that.
I imagine
these are going to
be relatively confused being an organic body. So where does this come from?
Where does this body come from? Would that work?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Just bear in mind with these mysteries, every time you get a new body, you'll be making a new mystery. So these don't have to be like grand. These can be like big grand things, like how did this guy contribute to the fall of the empire or whatever, or they can be narrowcast, like what was this man's job. But specifically, it's not about like humanity. Like it is narrowcasted to body.
It might be easier to have a list to choose from too.
That's a good idea.
We actually do on the PDF. There are some examples that we provide of what those mysteries might be. We have examples like what was the body's name, who did this corpse love, how long did this body survive. So we do actually offer that in the PDF, although maybe a more comprehensive list might be a good idea.
Like a rollable table, even.
Sure. That's a good idea.
Yeah, good note.
But yeah, I think Corey, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
History.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, next we are going to very quickly players pick a specialty from the provided list. The specialties you'll see in the right-hand side of your character sheet. Anytime that you are making a skill check that could reasonably be applied to this thing, so you were doing something that to do with cybernetics, like repairing cybernetics or harvesting cybernetics, moving a body fucking chock full of cybernetics by like utilizing them in some way, you would be able to do a static +1 on your die roll. Bear in mind, the only thing you just need to accomplish is rolling a 4. That is a success in this game.
Right. T4, pointy dice. Lots of pointy dice.
Lots of pointy dice.
We like our dice games consisting entirely of caltrops.
Yep.
Yeah.
D4 doesn't get a lot of love. It's actually much maligned, so I was like, let's see if we can do something neat with it. So yeah, just circle one of those specialties. Let me know which one it is.
I'm going with engineering.
Engineering.
So this is the specialty of the body or the AI?
It's the body, really. But like, it will shift. I mean, you can qualify it any way you want, but you'll be able to pick it again should you get into a new body. Rollable mysteries is a very good idea, Derek.
I was about to say, no, that's a very good note.
So yeah, just let me know which one you are going to circle, and I will write it down.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm torn between agriculture and survey.
Yeah, I mean...
I think agriculture might be a bit more applicable.
Okay, cool. Agriculture it is. I was gonna say, I was like, you were torn between it. I was like, kind of me too.
Totally get that.
Cool. Now you're done. I have a deck of cards with me. So we will. I will draw the cards for you guys for Dexploration, if that's all right with you.
Well, I can't draw them, Corey.
We actually
yeah.
we do actually have the ability to do it through Roll20, but
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be quicker if we do it with the physical.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle. Cool. Okay, so now we are going to start the game. Just before we start, very quickly, everyone has a series of 10 pips. You spend those as we play. Pips can be used for a couple of different things. You can use them to invest a D4 into a skill. You need to have at least one D4 in a skill to be able to roll it. So you have to spend them. Those are permanent spends. Your pool goes down when you do that. Additionally, you can use D4. You can use pips temporarily to add a static +1 to whatever you're rolling, and then those go right back into your pool. Anytime you roll a 1, which there's a 25% chance that you will roll a 1, any die, the die that you have invested in that skill goes away. You lose that die and that pip, gone. Which is another reason why you want to investigate your mysteries, because you want them neurons. So let's see if we get to a land of suffering. I guess. That's probably the wrong way to phrase it, but whatever.
Strong stuff.
So the first session. Upon your release from the shell, you experience a piercing frequency racking your brain. After a few moments, the intensity subsides, but it continues to call each of you continuously. You inherently understand that this signal will perpetually call until it is disabled. You awake in a room. It is wrecked. It is dusty. The lights are flickering. Sensor arrays blink. Conduits spark. Emergency lights low. This room is ruined, but you are now in bodies and able to move around in what appears to be a research station. It is a large circular room in front of you. There are screens to the outside, but those are slatted shut. And there is an exit, an airlock to the north. This leads to the outdoors, and there are a series of tunnels going further into this station. But welcome to the Ruined Stars. What do you do upon finding yourselves in your new bodies?
I am immediately fascinated by my olfactory senses being smelled, and trying to smell the world around me, just breathing it all in. And I'm mainly smelling decomposition, the garden, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So I think that's sort of, that scent is really caught the interest in my character.
What did you say it was? The garden, like a hydroponics garden or something?
It's smelling anything else organic, you know?
Yeah.
In contrast to the metal shell that we find ourselves in.
Sure, and more importantly, like a physical sense at all, right? Like, this is something you have never experienced, and it is deep and earthy in here, sickeningly sweet even. It is a cloying sort of smell, and though it might be unpleasant to someone who has been in this world for a long time, I think to you this is a novel experience. Half charge. What about you?
As soon as my eyes open and I see just the mess, I immediately start looking around, trying to find whoever is responsible for it. All of my information tells me that this is wrong. This is not how a station like this is supposed to be kept up. Finding no one to speak with, my attention immediately turns to the signal that's piercing through my head. And I think I'm going to begin trying to adjust the settings on this vac suit, trying to minimize the sound, or at the very least pinpoint some kind of a direction.
Sure, I think that's a hardware roll.
Okay. And
I think you could definitely argue that this is an engineering thing.
Cool. Then yeah, I'm gonna. In that case, I'm just gonna sacrifice one pip.
Sure.
And we will make a D4.
Make that D4 roll, baby.
Make that D4.
Hey!
That's a 4. What up?
That's a 4.
4 plus
Amazing.
1 is 5.
5. So you're immediately able to dampen the signal. I think with the roll that you got, you're able to affect the the receiving of the signal in such a way that for cleanse cycle, that that ear-shattering sound that was reverberating inside of you begins to settle as well. It isn't gone. You can still locate it through investigation, through pinpointing, but it is less noticeable than that now. You're able to get your bearings a bit more, and I think with that, that's when you notice something. The room feels like it's beginning to shift now that you can focus a bit more. And it's not necessarily a shifting of geometry. It's not a shifting of location so much as it is a shifting of pressure. And you are able to see the airlock door to the north is about to depressurize explosively. Should you not take care of it, it is going to bust and possibly do damage to the station, any information contained therein, and the new corpses you find yourselves in. What do you do?
I'm going to try my best to hold the door closed.
Hold the door closed? Okay. Like an exertion roll?
While he's doing that, I would like to take something from my loadout. I'm going to remove one of these points.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take out, it basically looks like a cock gun that's full of a strong synthetic polymer that is designed basically to hold things together. And while he holds that, I'm going to try and apply that deep into whatever crevices of this door that I can get.
Okay, absolutely. We are going to call this, we'll say that gives you a +1 on hardware rolls, and we'll put the tag limited on that as well, in that, you have a limited amount of cock in that gun, basically, whatever that material is.
How many uses?
I think we'll base off of rolls, right?
Okay.
If you, Cleanse cycle. Let's do this exertion roll first. Notably, you have a skill in exertion already, a +1, just from being in the body that you were in. If you would like to add another pip to this, you can, obviously, and roll 2d4. Or if you would just like to use pips to add static +1s, you can do that. Or you can not spend any at all and just roll the 1d4. How do you want to do this?
So I can roll to add a +1, or I can spend a pip to add a +1.
Yep.
Or I could spend a pip to add a +1 at the end of the roll. Like what do you mean?
So you can roll to. I'm sorry, not roll. You can spend a pip to invest a d4 into this, and instead of rolling 1d4, you will roll 2d4, and that will permanently remove a pip from your pool. Or you can spend them temporarily to add temporary modifiers to your rolls. So you can use 3 pips temporarily to get a +3.
Oh, okay. So so those pips come back.
They will come back. But in order to, barring your exertion skill, any other skill, you'll need to invest at least 1 into to utilize.
Okay.
You need a die invested. Your exertion being a instance that you already have a +1 just from your purpose.
Well, I'll spend a pip to roll 2d4.
Okay, just cross off a little X in your under exertion and mark off one of those pips and roll 2d4, baby.
Hell yeah.
2d4. Tell me how you brace this door.
I think like this corpse has had a lot of cybernetic upgrades. So servos in the shoulders and arms start to like rotate a bit and like apply pressure to the door, a downward force to the door.
Cool. Because of that, no matter what the outcome of this is, you guys are going to get a -1 to your corpse energy roll at the end. That was clever play. This is good interplay. So Taylor, why don't you give me a hardware roll? And I think this again applies to engineering.
Okay. Does the polymer give me an additional +1?
Yes, it gives you a +1 to like a +1 modifier to your hardware roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the
you'll be rolling with a +2.
Yeah, 1d4 +2. Okay. Cool.
Hey Corey, I have
Hell yeah.
Corey, I have an updated mystery.
Yeah, hit me. What's your updated mystery?
One that I really actually like more. So when Cleanse Cycle awoke, one of the things he saw about this particular body was the fact that it was had a badge, but Cleanse Cycle doesn't know what this badge means. So
what does my badge mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's very good. Okay, cool. So you guys solved an encounter. Great. This is awesome. We are going to roll an encounter die because encounters take energy. So we are going to roll a 1d4, and we're going to do this -1. And that's whatever this comes up with is how many you're going to cross out on your energy meter. And again, when you get neurons, you can buy this back 1 for 1. So I'm going to roll 1d4 -1 because I'm the mean man and I get to do the mean rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently I don't.
Where is it?
What? Isn't it /R?
Right? I think it's /roll, isn't it?
Yeah, I do roll and roll 1 for how many dice?
It's just an unrecognized command.
#roll.
Use
Did it change?
Just use the little dice icon.
Oh, never mind. Ignore me.
Were you doing it in a different window?
Shut up.
Oh my god.
You deserve a 0.
You do.
Well, you guys did good. You don't lose any corpse energy.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. The room settles. I'm gonna draw and you guys feel free to tell me anything you want to investigate, whatever. But I'm going to draw a card for Dexploration. Now that you guys have a chance to explore the room a bit more. And we're going to do Dexploration in this order, me, Derek, Taylor. So that will be the order we follow continuously. And we got a 8, which means that there is something organic in this room. And I think I hinted at it before, but when I said that there was a sickeningly sweet smell, it's because there are fungal growths as well as the bodies. And these look strange. They are like looking through your memory banks. These are nothing that you've seen before. They are wild psychedelic colors, like blues and yellows and oranges, and they are like shimmering, like opalescent fungus that is like growing and rippling through this place. So that is something that is going on.
Do we have any of this fungal material on our bodies?
I don't think you do.
Can I invest a pip into sciences?
Yeah.
And I want to sort of... Cleanse Cycle has processed millions of different food items, garbage. So fungus, you name it. So maybe there's something.
Get out of my way! I know funguses.
I've eaten this before. I'm sure of it.
I have consumed a far greater amount of fungus than you.
I love this man.
Roll 1d4. Do you just want to spend the 1 pip and roll the 1d4, or do you want to invest any other pips?
No, I'm just going to invest the one pip.
Absolutely.
1G. No, look at that.
Damn, you guys are rolling a fucking hot streak right now.
Every roll we've made.
Derek, Cleanse Cycle, rather. This isn't any fungus that you've encountered, but it isn't any fungus you've encountered now, meaning that, it was a common fungus, and then the effects of something outside of it, something metaphysical, maybe, is causing an effect on these funguses. Maybe some sort of psychic field. But it is an unnatural integration of a common fungus, and it is affecting them. And that is why they are growing and glowing in the shimmering way that they are glowing and growing. But yeah, so something nearby, I'll give you for that 4 too.
Something is peculiar with these mushrooms.
You know these?
No. However, their origin seems normal enough. Just seem to be affected or tainted with ness of some sorts.
Perhaps we were released from the shell early, and our databases simply need updating. I will check. I'm gonna look at the sensory array that's blinking. Is there any kind of a database that I can get into that might clue me in as to what's going on here? I don't know if I have a name tag or a badge that I can scan to get in through this.
Interesting. So I think first, that's probably an investigation of your persons, right?
I would think, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess give me an observation roll. I think makes the most sense here.
So observation, There's a potential here to get neurons, so I'm actually going to invest 2 pips into this.
Cool. So rolling 2d4, doing 1d4 and a +1.
Exactly. 2d4.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Go. Oh,
1.
sorry. Should have been 2. Okay.
Hey!
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. You are able to find an ID card. The name is unfortunately worn off. However, it does give you access to the sensory array. I am going to go to our neurons section and make sure that I'm giving these out correctly. Whenever a player interacts with moving closer, provides them with a neuron. Okay, so I think you get 1 neuron for that.
Yeah.
And why don't you give me, I think this is, again, this is probably a hardware roll, Taylor. Good for you. But I don't believe that the engineering specialty applies to this.
Yeah.
I think database would, but...
No, that makes sense.
So roll that 1d4, baby.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay. No.
No. Okay, cool. I think that something is going to happen, though. As you awaken the sensor array, we are going to draw another Dexploration card. Derek, this is going to be for you, and it is something about the sensor array, the machine that it is on, and it is both qualities are important, meaning both the number and the suit are important here. And we have...
Oh, it's a cool card.
A 4 of diamonds.
Oh, my
you just
God.
showed.
No.
So, 4. There's something cybernetic about this machine. This can be the stock standard cybernetic. This is a machine, but or it can be something else. And also, there's something malevolent about it, which I will describe in a prescriptive way. But Derek, tell me what stands out as interestingly cybernetic about this sensor array.
So what exactly did Half Watt do? I'm sorry.
Half charge, but half watt is an incredible way to
Half
nag
Watt
him.
is also really good. Shit. This whole stream is just like a cornucopia of cool names.
It really is. What he did learn was that he has a badge that apparently provides some access. What he didn't learn was anything from the sensor array, as it begins to wake up. And why don't you?
So is this like a console? Is this like a sensor array? Is like some kind of computer console?
Yeah, it's a. Well, I mean, you define it.
That's what I would imagine it is. It's some kind of like maybe holo display or something.
Okay, so that is the interesting cybernetic feature about it, that it is a holo display.
Yeah, sure.
What's
Okay,
the
cool.
what's the wait, what's it displaying?
The
I'm gonna
sensor.
get that.
I mean, does it take any kind of a form, or?
So, let me cover that with Malfolin. This holo display, it was giving like this nascent reading of the energy outside the seismograph of whatever base that you're on, and then a red hue begins to take over it. And an eye emerges, and then a forehead, and a nose and a mouth. This, what are you doing inside of me? Out! Out! And then there is the raising of lights. Those emergency lights start to raise red, and the airlock begins to fight against the caulking that you put on it and shake. And this thing is awake and trying to expel you from this room. What do you do?
Fuck.
Was it You who awakened us?
Dribbling AI, it doesn't matter who awakens you, because soon you will not be awake at all. And there is a slamming as a conduit falls from the ceiling next to you. Why don't you give me an exertion roll to dodge it?
I can do that.
Do you want to spend any pips?
Well, so do pips regenerate every time you reset as in a new body?
When you get a new corpse? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll 2d4 to evade, try and evade this.
Yep, just mark off that box underneath exertion. So you got 1 marked under there, and minus a pip from your pip pool. And give me that exertion roll, baby. That is a success. I'm going to do a -1 on this encounter time, by the way.
Another thing to remember, though, he rolled a 1 on...
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, that pip that you just invested, take that X right off, and the pip remains spent. Unfortunately, you rolled a 1. That means that you lose that die that you rolled. It still counts as a success because you still rolled above a 4. But
don't I want fewer pips, right? Isn't that the objective?
I mean, having more pips means that you can do more things. You need to...
Oh, so as a consequence of this, they fill in a pip.
No, you lose. Well, fill in meaning that you lose 1. So, you have 10 available to you. Yes, yeah. Consequent is that you basically lose a pip. What it is the die that you just invested into exertion is gone. So you lose the invested die that you put in, and it doesn't come back because you spent it as a pip. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I removed a pip because I did one at the beginning to do the dice roll to begin with, the 2 dice.
Yeah.
And then I lost another one because I rolled a 1.
No. The one that you rolled in the beginning, that's the one that you lost. So you just lost 1. Yes. Okay, cool. But you fucking tell me how you fucking dodge this thing, baby.
It's nothing graceful. I mean, it's pretty just jerked up. I just got jerked up.
Yeah. Move right out of the way. More of these things begin falling. You guys are going to have to extricate yourselves out of this room, whether it be through that airlock door or down these corridors.
I was going to say probably down the corridors if there's explosive energy behind the airlock.
Yeah.
Actually, can I try something on my way out?
Yeah.
If I have this polymer, I think it makes sense that I would also have the solvent.
Okay. Spend the load, baby.
Yeah, I want to, on the way out, throw the solvent where I placed the polymer in the hopes that the door will explode open and hit that central console with the malevolent thing as we're kind of, action movie jumping away from the fireball.
Absolutely. I think that this is going to be we'll put a chemistry, or I guess we don't have that necessarily. We can do sciences on this. Call this a sciences roll because it's using chemicals. And we'll put the tag acidic on it, meaning that this could go, either this could have positive or negative consequences for you in the future, But why don't you give me a sciences roll?
Can I use my engineering specialty?
I don't think so.
All right, fine. I tried. Gonna put 2 pips into this.
Absolutely. Spending them...
both as D4s.
Okay, cool.
That is a 6.
Damn. Okay, cool. I'm going to put another -1 in your guys' counter die for that, meaning a total of -2 for your counter die after this, because those are both very clever actions. Why don't you, Taylor? You guys barrel through this hallway. These panels are falling behind you, conduits crashing behind you. But what does this look like?
So as these panels are like falling around us, I see. Fuck, I'm sorry. What's Derek's name?
Cleanse Cycle. It's the
Cleanse
best name in the world.
It is, and I forgot it, and I'm a terrible person for it. I see Cleanse Cycle like dive into these tunnels, and I basically jump doing the same thing, like folding myself into like a ball. And as I'm bringing my arms down, I throw the solvent, and I just disappear behind this like falling rubble and debris as this like explosion rocks this room.
Absolutely. I think what happens is like it automatically triggers the airlock behind you guys as you exit here, because you get that explosive decompression. The ship is trying to preserve itself, and it's just, and you just see this wall blow out through the door. And you see that console sort of shake there in that explosive decompression, and then through that panel on the door, you see where this station is located. Sitting on an asteroid field in an asteroid belt. And it is circling this current of asteroids that are moving tight-knit. Around them, you see a just clutch of dead ships, almost like a dam circling on the precipice. And you see these weird, like, spatial lights coming up, running, like, flashing green here, and then continuing down here. They are, like, almost as if light is following gravity, but in a way that is hard to comprehend. But it is this massive asteroid field that this station is on, that you can now see through that door. I'm gonna roll.
Are we free falling?
No. Taylor threw that. Half.
You were going to say half what?
Half charge. I was. Half charge. Half charge through that solvent, and he was able to make explosive decompression happen. When that happened, the door in the corridor that you guys ran into shut, closing you guys off from the explosive decompression. But you are able to see through the panel on that door the outside, which is now available to see because, it is, blown up. Blown up is the word I was looking for. I'm going to go ahead and... actually, Derek, why don't you roll me an encounter die for you guys? Roll 1d4 and do that -2. All right. Well, -2. You guys do not lose any corpse energy. You're still sitting pretty on energy. Okay. You are now in a corridor. It is dark. It is dimly lit. There are these mining bots that are like out of service floating here. Taylor, I'm going to draw a exploration card. We are only worried about the first quality, which is the numeric value of this. What did you get? 5. Taylor, there is something translucent in this hallway. What is it?
So, you mentioned some derelict mining bots, and I think they are all surrounded by this translucent ore that clearly has been mined from some nearby or maybe now far away location.
Got it.
Do I have access to like the history of this vessel? Like, would I know where this place has been?
You would probably have to find your way to a bridge or something to find like navigation information. You know that you are on an asteroid belt, and it appears that you are like stationed on it. Not that this is a ship so much as this is like built into the asteroid itself.
I'd like to pick up one of these pieces of translucent ore and just shove it in one of the pockets of this vac suit, because I assume it has pockets somewhere. Might be worth hanging on to.
Yeah, absolutely. Take some of that translucent ore, kind of glimmering in the safety light. You do know that there is So what do you guys want to do? Where are you going?
Is there a way off of this ship?
Interesting. Why don't you give me an observation roll? If you do not have a +1 in observation, you'll have to spend a pip in order to roll it.
No, my skill is exertion.
This is the only thing I will roll.
So, I mean, yeah,
So
it's the only one.
So if you have nothing, none of those boxes filled out underneath that observation, in order to roll this, you will need to spend a pip in order to invest a D4 into it.
Okay, that's fine.
You should be flush.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I think I did the roll. So try here.
So with a 3, nothing in the immediate vicinity. You know that there are likely, like you've already seen a airlock. There are probably more of them, but in this corridor, no, nothing is immediately availing itself to you. More importantly, it might take some work to get out, in that you might need to depressurize a room in order to do it, and you're not sure that the computers, knowing that one of them was malevolent earlier, are going to allow that to happen without some work. So,
They were stuck here.
Surely there must be an escape vessel somewhere, but where would we escape to?
Good question.
Perhaps we'll find more answers in this vessel's power bank?
Perhaps we look at our immediate surroundings. Is there anything else looking out the window? I suppose I would have to do another observation roll, maybe, but do we see anything outside in the immediate area? Any other stations or anything? That's
so you did. You did see through the explosion of that room that this is sitting on an asteroid belt. They are tight knit. There's a like a gulf of crashed ships on the shoulder of it. And there does appear to be like other stations and stuff dotted around it. And I'll give you that observation roll if you would like.
So do I have to spend another pip?
If you already have a D4 in it, you don't have to if you don't want to. You can spend pips temporarily to just add +1s to that, though.
Right. I see. I'm going to stay at +1 observation and just do one. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. With that observation of 4, outside of it looks like you see like all that light weirdness going on, and it looks like that's going on at the center of the asteroid field. And that's where you're getting pulled. That's like where that call in your brain, in the brain of the body that you are plugged into, that's where it's pulling you to, the center of this asteroid field. So
There,
You want to get out of this station in order to get there.
there seems to be a sort of gravity well drawing all of these objects into it. Are you familiar with such phenomenon?
Yeah, I'd like to roll natural world on this, and see if, because that actually seems like it's a little more in my designed wheelhouse.
Absolutely.
See if I can just get any more information. I'm gonna sink a pip.
Do you want to spend any additional pips?
Yeah, I'm gonna sink a pip for 2d4 in there, and I rolled a 6.
Okay, cool. So what you're seeing is behaving strangely. This is clearly a gravity well of some kind, but you're also seeing these large asteroids like escaping from it, or they're getting pulled in out of sight, and then you're seeing across another plane that same rock, or what appears to be that same asteroid, moving away from it now. There is some sort of spatial weirdness going on here that does not fall within the confines of gravity wells or dimensions as you understand them.
I am familiar with gravity wells. I have not seen anything like this. It appears more as some sort of a rift in space-time.
Half what? This seems to be the end of time.
I think we should investigate further. Are there any pods or small ships we could take out to the center of the gravity well? Or the other option, of course, is a spacewalk, which is more treacherous.
Well, if there's anything we know about gravity, is at the center of this lies an unimaginable amount of pressure and force that will inevitably crush us all. So it may be best to avoid it.
And yet we are drawn that direction.
It is enticing. Like a moth to the flame.
Perhaps we could send a sensor of some type into the gravity well and see what happens with it.
I like that idea.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah, I'm channeling all of my TOS Star Trek Spock energy right now. Yeah, I'm gonna spend my second to last load point to get a reading sensor.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, you have a reading sensor. Obviously, you'll need to find an airlock to get out of in order to access some sort of spacewalk open field, right? To throw this sensor.
Yeah.
But absolutely, you got a reading sensor. We can put the tag remote on there. We'll put video and we'll do an observation on that.
Gotcha. Once the time comes. Okay, cool.
And I don't want everyone to forget about your mysteries too. Make sure to investigate those as we go.
Yeah.
Can we take a quick bio break? That's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that works.
It's a real quick one.
All right. Well, folks, thank you so much. We'll be back in 5-10 minutes to continue the story of the ruined stars. Corey, did you have something you wanted to say?
I don't have to pee, so I'm gonna hang out.
Do you want me to leave you on stream?
Sure. No, don't.
Okay. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, hey, hey! What up, my friends?
We are good to go. Okay. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging on for us. We are back. We are continuing our playtest of God and the Corpse. Corey, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel.
Take her away. Okay, you guys are in a corridor. You now have a remote vehicle you can use to investigate this gravity well that's behaving strangely at the center of this asteroid. But that is going to require getting out of this station as you now find yourselves in. You also have your two mysteries. Cleanse cycle, your mystery is what does my badge mean off of the corpse that you are now inhabiting? And half charge, your mystery is what was my corpse's job? So, behind you is a sealed bulkhead door where you can see the asteroid field that you are now in. And ahead of you is a corridor, desolate except for translucent ore and some destroyed mining drones. Where are you guys headed?
We need to open an airlock, right? Like that's the central challenge.
Probably.
Once an airlock is open, we can send the sensor into the well.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I think while I'm sorry, while I'm in here, I'm going to look for something that looks like immediately similar to my badge. So
Sure.
Yeah, so just looking around.
Give me an observation roll, baby. Would you like to add any other pips to it, temporarily or otherwise?
No.
Okay.
1d4.
Okay. Oh.
Unfortunately, you're not able to locate any other badges like your own. But I want to encourage you to continue to do this, so I'm going to give you a neuron for looking.
Okay. What is that? How do I record that?
There is a section for neurons.
Okay.
It's right above.
Right up at the top right.
Okay.
You can put a little circle in there, however you want to track it.
Oh, okay.
I also hate to be this guy. You rolled a 1, which also means you do get that neuron, but you also lose that pip.
Yeah. Yeah. That die that you invested in that pip are now gone.
Yeah.
Well, I already had an observation.
So that's gone. The die that you had previously invested in there, gone. You rolled a 1 on a 1d4. Bye.
So I removed the X from this box on observation.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know how to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, while he's looking around to find something having to do with this badge, I'd like to see if I can find a map of this facility. In particular, I'm looking for anything that might lead us to like the loading bay. I feel like that's going to have our best chance of like a usable airlock that we can eventually send a sensor out to.
Cool. Two options here. You can do an observation roll to try to find like a static map, or you can use one of the wall consoles to try to find a map in that way.
What would that be? Hardware, I'm guessing?
Yeah, hardware versus observation. Bear in mind, the last time you used a console on this station, just so you're aware, it did make so you might be easier for you, but just bear in mind it.
Yeah. It sounds like there's higher stakes if we do it through the hardware. but higher stakes also could mean higher reward. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna put one more pip
Sure.
in the hardware, and now we have a
Okay.
2D. Now we have a 2D4.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can get lucky here. That's a 5.
Getting by, no ones either, so that's good.
Yeah.
You are able to find a map of the facility that lays out like a docking bay that has airlocks in it, and it's easily should be easily sealable. This is something that they load gear in and out of, and looking at it, you're actually able to find like the manifest of like when it was open last some time ago, I should state. It does not align with your current time sensors, but it was an active place. For the 5, I'll also give you a little bit of information about the surrounding area. You're in an asteroid field. Obviously, this was a high traffic area, as is noted by the stretch, the shoulder of destroyed ships outside of it. And there is a way station on an adjoining asteroid that seems like it was a refill station for a lot of these vehicles. So just bear that in mind. You get a little bit of an explanation of the outside for that as well. But yeah, there's a loading bay pretty close by. You guys are able to make your way to if you'd like.
On the map, do I note anything between us and that?
The way station, or you in the loading bay?
The bay.
Nothing. Like there are winding corridors here, but the rooms are hard to distinguish what the purpose is. Actually, if you would like to decode some of that, give me an observation roll.
Okay. Okay.
Or in a 1, you're gonna lose
a pip.
Lose a pip.
Yeah.
But you succeeded. So one thing you are able to notice, there are a number of these pathways, these corridors that seemingly go to nowhere in a way that it looks like they're trying to cover something up. Almost like they are intentionally obfuscating something. And they go deeper into the asteroid rock underneath this station.
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit. Can I get that again?
Yeah, there are a number of corridors that wind deeper into this station that appear to go to nowhere, but they are built in such a way that they seem to be trying to obfuscate, like, something that the map isn't giving you, something that's not on the official record.
George, may I suggest an alternate route? I would imagine there are some ventilation pipes and some maintenance corridors attached to this station. Perhaps we contort ourselves into these tight spaces to find our way through the ship unnoticed, perhaps, to the malevolent AI aboard the ship.
Given our previous experience, I feel that's a good course of action.
So can we roll a stealth? I would do a.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would pay two pips for that. For 2.
Okay, so you want to do 2d4. Do you want to spend any pips temporarily to give yourself +1 to anything?
Still trying to govern in which case I would do that over the alternatives.
Okay.
So to me, I would rather just spend the pips just to get more dice. Just because that ultimately seems the more lucrative thing in the end. It has been so far. So I'm going to use 2 pips. I'm going to change the code. I'll just roll it now.
All right.
Okay.
4, yeah. You are able to stealth. I mean, what does it look like? You're crawling into the machine floors of this place, I imagine.
Yeah, I think it's a crawl space essentially behind a console or something. Slide it open, and it's just barely large enough for the two of us to fit through.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with Cleanse Cycle leading the way, you're able to pretty clearly follow a path into this room. And you guys are able to enter the docking bay clearly. Nothing seems to be in here. Again, you'll have to close that bulkhead door to get the pressure equalized to not have explosive decompression in order to get out. But actually, new room. I'm going to draw on the Dexploration table. And I got a 5. There is something translucent here.
There's lots of translucent stuff in here, I thought.
There is lots of translucent stuff. And that's why you don't notice it at first, because there is that translucent ore. It's easy to see through and easy to miss. Until, as you are going to find the consoles to close the door, you see some of it move. And it does not look like the ore around you. There is a skittering sound.
How did it move? Did it move aggressively or like following us?
Give me an observation to keep your eyes on it.
Okay. Move. My eyes are not on it.
Eyes are not on it. Yeah, you lose track of this thing. You know it's in the room, and you hear this skittering, and it's starting to come from all around you.
Yeah, I gently nudge Half Charge into the opposite direction, into the tunnel, the tight passageway.
Yeah. I follow suit. I'm not noticing any of this.
You guys are leaving this docking bay?
And trying to close the door behind us, too.
Yeah, I'd love to see if there's a way, if we're navigating around these ventilation shafts, maybe there's another entrance into this room from a higher level that gives us like a better view of what we're dealing with.
I mean, you're coming from. I'll say you're probably coming from a pretty high. Like you're coming from a wall vent, basically. So you have a good view of the room.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing that is in here is translucent, is why it is difficult to follow.
Right.
So if you want to exit through the docking bay, you will have to be in the room with this thing. If you want to try to do something about it right now, you can. But that's on what do you guys want to do? Right now, you have that grate closed. You are shut out of this room.
So how do does the load work? So the load is essentially we can generate items that this corpse would have on them, essentially.
Yep.
Man, table talks. I want some. I just want a liquid because I want to. We can't see it, so I want to throw an opaque liquid at whatever this is.
Huh.
Cool. We'll say you have dye packs on you. We'll say.
Can I have a sick paintball gun?
Yeah. Well, I think dye packs make sense. We'll put the tag limited on them, meaning on a bad roll, you might lose them. So take your load point, basically. You're hardwired cybernetics. You have a load of 3. So that should read 2 out of 3 now. And then underneath your loadout, you'll record dye packs, and then you'll put the put the tags observation and what did I say? Limited.
Yeah, so I essentially break, as we're going in, we're fleeing, before I shut the door, I take a dye pack out and I smash it in my hand, so there's dye dripping down my hand, and I just whip it up to try to see if it lands on anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I'm going to say here is that, like, it lands everywhere. I'm going to have you do another observation roll, but this time, and I think because of the effect of a die pack, it's a very clever maneuver. I'm going to do this an extra D4 instead of +1, because I think that makes mechanical sense for what you are specifically doing with it right now. That might not always be the effect that it has, because it might not be as effective in certain situations, but so you already have a 1d4, I believe, in observation, so you'll get to roll 2d4 if you would like to invest more pips.
I had to remove that from observation,
so you'll have to or you can invest another pip into this.
So I have 2 going into it already.
So you will have you can spend, I believe, 1 pip a turn to invest. I believe we covered that in the rules. Taylor, can you check me on that?
No, I thought you were like giving me an extra D4 for whatever reason.
You are from the die, but you can feel free to spend the pips as you as need be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only have 3 left, so.
So, point of clarification, I don't see anything in our rules about how many pips you can assign during a turn beyond that...
3 die.
Yeah, you can't have any more than 3 die assigned at any given time.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. So, I'll do, the 2, I'll roll 2d4.
Okay, so just make sure to invest one of those pips in there.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh.
Okay, you cover this thing. It's actually very easy to see now, and it is a squat to the ground, 8 legs over a bulbous form, and it is moving around the floor.
Oh no, son. Nah. Well, let's go into the mines. Let's go do anything else.
So, do my die pack work?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is moving around, and I think with that 5, it doesn't appear to be moving like... It's not like maliciously intended or anything. It is almost moving automatically. Like drone behavior.
Okay.
I have an idea.
I don't think it's dangerous. At least not like intentionally.
Can we? So I picked up some of that translucent ore a minute ago. I'm wondering if I throw it to the far side of the room, if it'll go after that, and then we can jump into the airlock. Is that... No responses on that?
I didn't hear Corey.
I'm not playing. Do you want to do that?
I thought that was a question for the GM. I'm sorry.
Oh no! I was asking you. I mean, do you think that's something we could try?
Jumping into an airlock? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Then we're gonna open the door back up. And as stealthily as possible, get ourselves back out. I'm gonna take this translucent ore and throw it to the far side of the room. And assuming it reacts and goes for it, then we're gonna try and jump in the airlock.
Okay.
Yeah, it absolutely does. You throw this thing and it goes, like, clocks it, feelers up, and then skitters after it.
Fuck yeah.
You guys make your way over towards the airlock. You're going to have to pressurize this room. There's a console right next to it, and the airlock itself. How are you guys opening this thing?
Hold our breath.
Got a decent hardware rating. I mean, I can give a shot at trying to hack it. Oh, wait, and I have engineering. Would this be something
you could then, you could, like, work the actual hardware to try to, like, get the door open or close the bulkhead. Again, explosive decompression, something to worry about until you get this room sealed.
Yeah. But to be clear, what I'm doing right now would be sealing the room, correct?
Okay, cool. Yeah, if that's what, that's what you're trying to close the bulkhead and seal this room so you can open the airlock safely, not just jam the door open.
Exactly.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So 2d4 plus 1. Yikes!
Oh my god!
Yikes on bikes! Oh my god!
Both those things.
Awful.
Remove both those things, and I'm gonna add a +1 to this roll.
Oh
Taylor,
my
the
God.
bulkhead shuts, and you're like, yes, I got this thing. You go to open it, and then the door, bulkhead behind you, opens back up, and then the airlock opens, and explosive decompression. You were both launched out of this room.
I'm grabbing onto him and then grabbing onto the nearest object that I can that is held down. So
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to spend another pip, so I only have one more pip after this.
Nice.
I was about to say, I'm running low too now. This is getting harder.
So, but I already have one in exertion. So is this?
Okay.
So is that going to be 3d4 now?
If you're adding that pip to roll, yeah, that's 3d4.
No. That's good. I kind of wanted to specialize in exerting myself.
I was about to say, be careful. Roll 20 is becoming malevolent.
Is it?
Hey!
That is a success.
Hell yeah.
So, Taylor, you are launched out of this room.
Yeah.
Derek, you cleanse cycle. You were able to hold on to something, and you can feel the sinew on your arm starting to pull as it is giving up against the bone, twisting. But doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter if pain hurts. You're able to grab the step below and grab the step below, and that pressure equalized. You are now able to safely crawl out of this room. I am going to roll a 1d4 plus 2. That is... hi, Twitch!
Jesus Christ.
What did he do?
He just put it in the fucking Twitch chat.
Good.
So I'm going to need you guys to remove 5 energy from yourselves.
Remove 5 energy. Where's my energy?
So
Should be where your suit is listed.
you see the bar above your suit?
Oh, that's not just like cosmetics?
No,
Oh my god.
that's your corpse energy, baby.
Alright, so how many do I have now?
You have you're hardwired cybernetics, right?
Yeah.
12 minus
So
5
just remove
is 7.
5. Yeah, you have 7.
Remove 5. Okay.
You guys are getting plumb tuckered out. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not used to this body that smells like... I don't even know. Probably.
I probably don't even know what this body smells like. It's true. So you are out into the open now. This this hardwired cybernetic body and his vac suit friend who just went ping-ponging over the asteroids, but coming to a landing onto the asteroid itself, able to sustain yourself enough to find some sort of leverage. And yeah, you guys are onto the onto the asteroid itself. I'll say this much: you guys don't have any equipment for zero-G stuff, unless you do.
It's a good transition into that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see.
I made the suggestion like mag boots or like tethers, things like that.
Might be helpful.
You have the load for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Trying to decide if I want mag boots or like something cool like a grappling gun. I should go mag boots. It's the depths of space.
You know what? Actually, I would have would be like police use like a gun that shoots like sticky substance to grab onto criminals as they flee. So basically, like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a mobility thing. So if I need to like tether myself in zero-G, but I still don't have any way to live in zero-G. So
What do you mean? Yeah, you do. I mean, you don't need to live. You're dead.
Yeah, I'm not worried about dying, and I'm not worried about dying in the vacuum of space. I'm worried about being caught out there forever, like Bender in that episode of Futurama.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, then yeah, that would be fine. I could just use that to tether myself.
You're gonna use this sticky goo to like. I mean, how does that work?
It's a sticky goo gun.
Just explain to me how you're using it to travel along, and that's fine. I just want to know how you are using this sticky.
I shoot it up at something, and I'm in zero-G, and then it sticks, and then I pull, and then whee!
Okay, so you're trying to hit like these like passing asteroids and time them so you can like move to where you want to move.
Sure.
Okay, cool. I like that. We will put sticky goo gun, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We'll put sticky. I think is a good tag for it. I think limited is also a good tag for it. It has cartridges, right? Those cartridges can run out.
I think it just retracts the goo back inside.
Okay, so it's a grappling gun.
Yeah.
I was about to say, this is just a grappling gun.
I tried to flavor it so more so that it's like for a cop, though, you know?
Okay. Then we are going to put instead of the tag limited, we'll put the tab delicate. This is the kind of thing that if it retracts wrong, that kind of thing, it can break. I know my word tags, son.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to go floating off into the space. I think this should be required.
I was
So yeah, write that down. Write that down, and then just make sure to remove one load.
Yep.
And with that,
Okay.
I unfortunately am all out of load points. So hopefully, that doesn't become important anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We put the tag mobility. We can put the tag mobility on that so that you don't have to roll every time you want to move, but only when you're doing like cheap shots kind of stuff. Taylor Magboot mobility as well, and we can put the tag seize. So if something goes wrong, they can seize up.
Okay.
I'm having a lot of fun with the tag system, by the way.
It's a pretty cool system.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are open to this this asteroid field. And now that you're out here, you can see it in clearer picture. And it's almost moving like an Ouroboros, like into this center where all of that is coalescing, but then also moving out of. And you see like these lights shimmering as well. So that is what you guys are seeing. You have an adjacent asteroid field that has, or an adjacent asteroid that has the way station. You have that shoulder of destroyed ships. You have that center where the beacon is coming from. And then this station is sitting on an asteroid with a large cliff face, denoting that there is an understructure to it.
Benny, stop.
I don't think we need to be investigating the asteroid. I think we just need to be focusing on getting to the center of this gravity well.
Yeah, I mean, you're open to the place. Do you guys want to use that droid?
Yes. I think that would be the way to go.
Yeah.
And what, that was observation, I think, is what you said?
Yeah, it's an observation roll for sure.
Okay. So this one's really important. I'm going to put my last 2 pips into this. One as the D4 and one as a +1.
So that will be
2d4
how many die?
1.
Okay, cool. 2d4 +1 plus the 1d4 from the droid itself. So 2d4 +2, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Here, all right, there we go. 2d4 +2. Here we go. All right, yeah, 9.
Hey, that is a success. So you're able to start flying this thing, and at first it's very confusing because you're moving to where you would expect it to go, and all of a sudden you're moving across a different plane. You're like, how would I? You're moving along these tunnels to nowhere. It's like spatial anomalies, and you're hitting these fluctuations and then ending up at a different point. But you're able to get your bearings straight after flying for a little bit. And you see, first off, 3, Derek, there is a couple of things out here. One of them is conscious. You see something conscious out there. What do you see?
Is it a brain?
Is it?
It's a brain.
Okay. Awesome.
It's a brain. The brain.
It's a brain. You see these crystalline webbing as you move in deeper into these fields, and it's hard to navigate through. And then you see at the center of one of these webs, wrapped up into it tight, a throbbing, pulsing brain, giving off psychic energy, pleading to you. Just you can feel it in the like nascent neural connections in your brain, long since dead. All of a sudden, you can feel activity, cerebral activity. Help! 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 Help!
Yeah. Okay. I think we need to help.
I believe you are correct. How is the question?
Well, let's go to them and then offer our help.
I suppose this is the only course of action. Yes.
I think we're already on the right track. So
yeah, So I'm just gonna start heading my way over there using my mag boots.
So using your mag boots is fine. This is deep into the like cycling Ouroboros of this asteroid field. So it's not on this asteroid. It is like deep into the heart of the clutch of these asteroids. How are you guys? Are you just jumping from asteroid to asteroid? Are you utilizing that grappling hook? How are you doing?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm actually going to. Is there are there any asteroids nearby close to like my size?
Absolutely, there's tons whipping by. You can. I'm
gonna grab onto one, and then use my grappling hook, and then grab onto a bigger one, and then my momentum is increased because I have a larger object attached to me, and then I'm going to have a faster speed. So I recommend you, if you want to hang on, half one. I'm gonna keep saying your name wrong.
It's fine. Both work.
That's fine.
That's fine. I'm fine with this. Yeah, no, if you want to take the lead on this, by all means. I have got shit for exertion, so please.
Yeah, this is definitely an exertion roll. I'll give you a +1 because of the grappling hook for sure.
So I've already got two blocks there, so that's going to be a roll 3d4.
Just a +1. Sorry, this is just a +1 modifier, not a +1d4 from the grappling hook.
Okay. So just 2d4.
Do you have any other pips left?
I have one left.
Do you want to spend it temporarily to get another +1 to your roll?
Okay.
It can't hurt.
Yeah, let's do that. So, okay, so that's a 4 now because I did that.
4? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
4.
Oh, you do lose a pip.
It's actually a 5 because you got a +2, right? You use that temporary pip, and but yes, you will lose one of your exertion die.
Yeah.
But yes, you succeed. What does this fucking look like? I am desperate to know what 2 of these corpses Spider-Manning over these fucking asteroids looks like.
It's not really Spider-Manning. It's just we used to ride these babies for miles, and we just kind of giddy up on this rock, and like I just kind of like we grab onto it, I shoot, and then I just fucking pull. And then that kind of just gives us the momentum we need to just kind of careen at a pretty decent speed.
Yeah, I think that this is. I think that just for narrative flavor, this is Half Charge's introduction to the experience of fear. I think that like involuntarily, it starts very low, and it's like. And like I don't fully understand what I'm doing. Yeah.
There's no friction in space, so we just keep getting speed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Both of you remove 2 corpse energy from that encounter.
I'm getting low.
Corpse energy.
And you guys find yourselves, you're on like one of these adjacent asteroids. This thing is strung up between 4 asteroids, and weirdly, there's like gravity here, almost as if like there's these mini gravity wells popping up in these different spatial anomalies, and he is like slack pulled tight in one of these, in these like crystalline webbings. Help, please, help.
What do you need, friend?
Out of web.
How big is this brain?
Derek, how big is this brain?
I have 2 things. Did I manage to get us to a stop before we had this conversation? Okay, because I was about to say, we could just ram into these webs, entirely option, but we've stopped to talk. So, This brain's huge. This brain is probably like the size of a small fucking planet.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
How did we not see this from on the facility?
I can actually answer that very easily. A lot of when you were flying this drone, you found your way into these like tunnels to nowhere. There's all kinds of spatial anomaly going on here, and so like you're seeing things from different angles that you wouldn't see before, and it's almost like you're in a different part of space here. So these tunnels go nowhere and everywhere. I know that that's a little weird, but it's spatial anomalies.
That's kind of what I think.
Out of web. Out of web. Please, 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 please.
Cleanse cycle, what do we do? I have nothing to move this thing.
I have this. And my last load is going to be it's like a laser taser thing. And it's kind of like a police baton, but it's a laser. So I can try to cut through the webbing.
Yeah, I think this is straight up. We'll do energy, which I think comes with its own.
Sorry, go ahead. I have something for this after you finish that.
Yeah, I just realized too. Energy, and we'll do exertion. I think that exertion makes sense for this.
Okay.
So you get a +1 to exertion, and this is an energy weapon or an energy item, meaning that it can overload if shit goes wrong.
Let me just write this down. Okay, so I'm actually going to spend a hit for another D4 on exertion.
And that's your last pip, correct?
No, because the temporary. What happened to that temporary one?
That one came back, but if you're spending to get another die in exertion, then that's your last pip.
We're kind of at endgame right now. I mean, this might be worth it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Hey, worst case scenario, you die and get a new body.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to go over the pip system a bit more. But yeah, I'm gonna slash my baton at this and see what happens. So I'm going to roll a total of 3 D4s.
That is a success. You do lose a die.
I do.
Yeah.
So
And I think how this works too is you lose the die because this energy sword, you are cutting through a fuckload of these fibers, and they are strong as. Jared, this sword is going to overload. You're going to lose it. What happens? Tell me how that looks.
I think the filaments are probably just gumming the thing up, and it loses its electrical charge, and then it's just kind of useless at that point.
Yeah, I actually love that. The filaments are. It's almost like they're feeding off the energy on the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see that plasma just like pulling out of this baton, and then it falls useless as this brain. And these webbing shakes loose, and these asteroids keeping it shut wiggle and explode as he is resplendent and whole. Thank you.
I
am the consciousness. Huh?
I say I will grab onto you, so he doesn't float away.
Ah, I'm as large as a small planetoid, little corpse.
Oh, you are the brain.
Correct. Thank you for saving me from her.
Who is she?
She lives at the center of the clutch.
Huh.
She feeds on energy like mine. Thoughtful energy.
And is this a simulation like the one we came from?
Come from, little corpse.
Ah, yes. Not the corpse, but you know.
You must understand.
You see, like,
we are
Synapse
travelers.
is fire.
Oh.
Sorry, you see like Synapse's fire, like electricity crackling on the surface of his brain as it goes down towards your level and looks at both of you. Something inside the body, unusual. Taylor, what were you saying?
You must understand, we are travelers in more than one sense. In the same sense that these bodies have come to you, we have also come to these bodies.
Interesting. So you are from a time before the fall.
Is she responsible for the fall?
No. No. But an anomaly after the fact.
Is there any returning to something familiar to me?
You can feel like a tendril, like this stem releasing nerve endings and one coming up over your shoulder. I'm sorry, little body, but the world is now open to you. We are a collective of thought. Many, like you, are somewhat different, biological in nature, who formed over time into one. But you have freed us from this. So perhaps there's something I can do to help you.
Anything. Please.
And
Perhaps.
what anything would you like, little body?
Can you tell me of this body? Is that within your power? Is that within your collective thought? Can you stop this ringing in my ears?
The ringing is from her clutch. To stop that, you will need to investigate further. But who you are, the two of you, I can go back into my banks, and that same set of like tendril nervous system comes up and picks up the badge on Cleanse Cycle's cybernetically enhanced body. This was from a collective, a protectorate of sorts, a policing force. Those who patrolled this quadrant of space. Derek, take one neuron. And these, he picks up the like clothing that drapes around your self-sealing vac suit. These denote one who kept things tidy. Janitorial in nature. Take one neuron.
I cleaned the toities.
You're the most important man in the galaxy.
I'm doing my part.
Thank you. A cop and a janitor.
Cop and a janitor die and walk into space.
I must be going. It's not safe for me here. I am too rich a source of thought. But perhaps you can solve the mystery of the buzzing in your head further on. Or perhaps you can consult with her. In either case, time for me to move. And he pushes off from the asteroid and moves into behind an asteroid, and then it moves and he's no longer there, as if he moved through one of these tunnels. Spatial anomalies gone. I am gonna go ahead and roll a d4.
Yep.
Y'all
Okay.
take 4 corpse energy.
And Derek, as soon as he disappears from sight, I collapse to the ground.
Yeah, I have full energy too.
Oh, you both died?
Yeah. We learned the
TBK, baby.
We learned the meaning of life, and that was it.
You did.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Goddamn.
Oh,
There's
man.
a name for that in sci-fi, like basically a planetoid that is just a brain, like a massive computing system. But this is different. This is just a giant brain.
It's just a giant
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
This
Giant
is-
brain.
This is so many Futurama references tonight. The Journey?
Yeah.
No, that was the satellite.
Oh, the brains.
Well, yeah, but
And
no, but
then
there
his
was
brain left for no reason.
for no reason. No, there was a big brain that Fry has to blow up in
They
space.
appear a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Exactly.
Steve Buff Jr.
Yeah. Skinny Buff Jr. sucks.
No good.
So a couple things here, guys. By the rules of the game, you guys both died at the same time, meaning that the adventure is over.
Okay.
We could continue if you would like. There are plenty of bodies around. You're close to the terminus of this. You want to get some more rolling in?
I'm definitely not opposed. I mean, how much longer do you think this is going to go? We usually like to keep these streams somewhat short.
Oh, probably another half hour.
I'm down for that, if Derek is.
I just don't know if I have the creative juices to think of another character at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to do anything big with it. It can be like pretty stock standard. Use one of the mysteries that is involved right there.
What mysteries?
One of the example mysteries you can use.
Oh, right. I have to look at those. Okay, I see. Yeah, okay. That one's easy enough. I mean, that'll be easy enough.
Cool. Why don't you guys go over the character creation rules? You did it last time. See if you can make your character as quickly as you can. This will be a good litmus test for that.
Yeah, totally. So I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna go with the bio-enhanced implant suit. Gonna do new mystery. How long did this body survive?
Okay.
And
Body survive.
and I'm gonna make a more more physical character this time. Specialty with lifting and a skill in exertion.
Incredible. Your character is buff as fuck.
Yeah, with bio-enhancement implants. This is a beefy boy.
Yeah, what's are you maintaining your name?
Yeah, it's still half charge.
Okay.
Which
I
is
don't know if you
waking-
want to be full charge now that you're fucking jacked.
I am full charge now.
Is that yes?
Yeah, yes. 1000% yes.
Full charge. Full charge. You are in enhanced implants.
Yep.
And your specialty is
Lifting.
Lifting. It's incredible. I didn't realize how good of a joke that is until now.
Do you even lift?
Corey, what's in? Can you explain in the EVA again? I'm sorry.
EVA, yeah, those are they are the suits that you use for spacewalks and shit.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I can actually get you what the EVA stands for. I should have it memorized, but for some reason I don't. Extravehicular activity. So these suits are for spacewalks.
Mm.
And Taylor, what was your mystery? What's your new mystery?
How long did this body survive? Especially if it's way the fuck out here.
Yeah.
Just curious to know how it got the hell out here.
I do like that fucking... Just the way you describe it, Taylor, you found out you were a janitor, then collapsed to your knees. Finally.
Wait, what was
Finally,
it?
I can rest now.
Okay,
That was a super cinematic dude. You guys met a consciousness as big as a fucking planetoid. He told you who you were, and you guys both died.
Oh,
Sweet.
man.
Thanks, dude. Derek, are you maintaining your name?
No.
What's your new name?
Glove.
Cleanse Cycle has become Glove. All right, Glove. What kind of corpse did you pick?
AR stealth suit.
AR stealth suit. Badass.
We both went further down.
Yeah.
Want that more energy?
Yeah.
Yeah. My skill is hardware, and my specialty is hacking.
Hacking.
Do neurons roll over?
I don't think we clarified that, actually.
I don't know if we do.
I imagine they don't.
Okay.
You know what? It feels wrong to take things away from you guys, so I'm going to say that they do roll over. I was at odds because, like, I can't decide whether or not which I dislike more: taking things away from players or rolling over character sheets. And I decided taking things away from you feels like less fun. So, but I did write that down, Taylor. Lifting, exertion. Okay, and Derek, what's your mystery?
Who killed me?
Who killed me?
So we're a different AI, though, right?
No.
Okay.
You
So
are-
I'm still the.
Yeah. Same consciousness, but this experience has fundamentally changed you.
Correct.
Mm.
So your purpose is different. Your
This is a very philosophical game that requires some pondering.
Yeah.
yeah, ruminations on death and exploration.
Mhm.
Cool. This break, you guys, eyes alight as you were able to find your way to new corpses. You are stuck in these whirlwind. This brain seemed to be like holding these asteroids, this well together, and now that's breaking apart. You know that the beacon is close at the center of this Ouroboros that's going to take some navigation to get to, but it is close. You can feel it in your brains, and now louder than before. What are you guys doing?
There is no time. There is no time to waste. We need to make our way to the center of this Ouroboros.
Wait. That just seems too familiar. I think we've been there before. I don't think that's the direction we need to go in.
We need to find her.
Oh, her. Yes, her. Yes. I need to find her. Yes. She'll know. Right?
She'll know?
She'll know. Who killed me?
Ooh. Love this.
I believe she will.
Taylor.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing first, and then we'll solve this.
I kind of... So if she's at the center of this Ouroboros, and it's just a big gravity well, I kind of just want to let this fucking thing take me. Like, release the mag boots and just go for a ride.
So you have mag boots?
Oh shit, the old body did.
Yes, it did.
I don't suppose I can loot the old body. That's probably not fair, right?
You could sacrifice a load to do it.
I'll do it for the mag boots. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to have that. Okay. Seems like a good thing to have.
Yeah, you guys just want to do some dreaming into the center of this Ouroboros?
I don't know, Derek. I mean, that's my plan. What do you have other thoughts on this before I do something stupid?
I've got like a hacking kit on me. That's the only thing I really have. This body was a hacker. I don't really know what that means other than they hacked. So I would like to learn something about her and the brain.
Okay.
And the web. And
you want to do something, you want to do it in a hacking way?
Yeah, I want to go in and look for any kind of communication logs.
I'll tell you this much. I think that there are an enormous amount of corpses, as I stated before, as is the premise of our game. And I think that like their systems aren't all closed. So like you could do it. Give me a hardware roll, and we can give you the additional +1 for hacking. Do you want to invest a pip to make this a 2d4?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you want to spend any pips temporarily to get a +1?
Nope, I'll just spend the 2 pips.
Okay. I don't. You have hardware as a as your skill, so you only need to spend 1 to roll 2d4.
Okay.
You see how on your character sheet it says where you wrote hardware on the skill +1d4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you'll always get a +1d4 to that roll.
Right.
So if you want to spend 1 pip, you can do that, and you can roll 2d4 +2, I believe, or +1 rather.
Mm-hmm.
Roll it. Yeah, go ahead and lose that die. Derek, you And what information? What is your goal here? What specifically are you looking for?
To learn how the station came about here. Is there any last communication with any of the outside world?
Yeah. You actually okay. So like you find like you start piecing it together. This whole host, and it starts small. Like it's the usual chatter, and you're going through a lot of different bodies here. Usual chatter between these ships moving, and then the growing cacophony of SOS signal after SOS signal after SOS signal, and then you just see this planetoid break. It starts to crack, and that is the formation of this asteroid field. It turns and twists, and then spatial anomalies start as there's a ripple at the center of them. And you see just pulsing energy coming out of there. It appears to be some sort of rip in the fabric of our reality that caused this area to explode into what you see now. And I'll say this much: this definitely existed after the fall. And I guess you're probably trying to find out that is Glove. I'm sorry. Was it who called? What was your mystery?
Who killed
me? Yeah. I wrote called for some reason. I think you can take it. Yeah. Call me maybe. I think you can take a neuron for that, because I think that's sort of what you're touching on your mystery there with that. But yeah, you get the history. It was this explosion of spatial energy, which, putting two and two together, is somehow related to her at the center. Whether she caused it on purpose or not is a whole another story. But yeah, take your neuron, baby.
I have a feeling I understand how I died. We blew up. Our planet blew up. Kaboom. Kaboom. Not sure. Maybe the brain. Maybe it was her. I don't know. The brain seemed pretty friendly. I didn't.
Sorry.
But her might be the unfriendly one.
It seems that we're only ever going to get our answers from her.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
And I reach out a hand into the void then?
Aww.
Yeah. Let us drift into the void.
Yeah. I grab his hand.
Yeah, you guys
turn off my mag boots, and I just let the current take us.
Yeah.
Beautiful. As you guys drift, Taylor, both of these matter.
Oh no. What is that?
King of Hearts.
Oh shit. Oh, good. Yes.
Okay, King of Hearts. Ethereal, Taylor, there's something ethereal and benevolent here. Drifting through these spatial anomalies, this place that is dense clusters of rock, debris, strange crystalline webbing. You see cocoons lodged into the corners of various asteroids as you grow closer and closer. What is ethereal here? And why is it? And what is it? It's ethereal and benevolent.
What is ethereal here is mostly unseen, and it is there because trying to figure out how to word this. What's there is ethereal, but not seen, and it is benevolent because it is clearing a path for us directly to the center of this nexus. We're in the middle of this asteroid field. There are rocks of all sizes whizzing past our heads. There are these giant boulders coming in to smash us to pieces, and just as it gets to the width of our bodies, they magically are repelled as if by some unseen force. These small these small rocks that would just whiz through our electronics are magically somehow diverted away. It is as if there is some kind of a force in front of us guiding us along this spiraling circular arc into the middle of the nexus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's and I think Derek, I think Glover kind of, or Glove kind of, I think Danny Glover.
Wow, Danny Glover's here? He's in everything.
That's actually, it's Danny Glover is who you just described, so. No, I think Glove touched on this when he said, I think I know how we died, because something about that felt wrong, even as you said it, Glove. Maybe it wasn't the explosion that killed that frame that you're currently inhabiting, but it killed people that frame knew, and both of your frames know. And it's that you feel. You can feel these energies, these remnants of memories, these things that once existed, clearing a path in the void for you. And in front of you now is this massive spiraling asteroid. It is grown up in like nautilus formations, covered in this crystalline webbing that translucent ore collected in piles, cocoons tucked into crevices. And at the center of it, a spire blinking and screaming that sound that you hear in your head. And at its base, a clutch of eggs, brilliant and dazzling, that same color that you saw on the fungal growths in the base that you first came to life in, just dancing to the pulsing of that sound in your head, just going along with the light above. And you come down. I'm gonna roll 1d4 as you guys solve that encounter beautifully. Take 3 corpse energy. Remember, your neurons can be spent 1 for 1 to buy back corpse energy. So I think you have 2 saved. If you guys want to negate some of that loss, you absolutely can.
I'll hold off for now.
Okay, cool. And you see what I said before you.
Have we landed, or are we still spiraling?
You have landed, come to a soft, steady. Your mag boots can kick back on if you would like, or not.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna turn those on.
Derek, you are hanging on to full charge to stay grounded, or are you getting your own equipment to stay grounded?
No, my only load was my hacking tools. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm hanging on.
Glove.
Yeah. Oh, I see that. Yeah, stealth suit. I forgot. Okay, yeah. So you have that. Damn. Okay, cool. Yeah. Hacking suit.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go on. No. You go on.
Glove. Whatever we're hearing in our heads is coming from this tower. Can you use those tools to disable this?
Yeah, I suppose I could. Let me find some way to interface with this with a console somewhere. So we would have to find our way inside first, I imagine.
There's no interior building, so it's basically like a radio tower sticking up with like a clutch of these eggs, like with brilliant lights. There is a console on the outside of it for sure, but you'll have to climb through them eggs.
Oh, eggs.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, eggs.
Oh, eggs.
Well, I didn't come this far
Paulson.
not to wade knee deep through eggs, so
Oh, eggs. There's not much I can
Sentences
do.
you thought you'd never hear.
yeah.
Yeah, there's not much I can do about these eggs.
Yeah,
Oh
if
no,
you want to climb over them.
I have a load point. I have an anti-egg spray. It's industrial strength.
I have a frying pan and some butter.
I'm going to say this much. To get to the console glove, it's definitely going to take an exertion roll to climb over them, unless you can think of a different way to get around them.
We're still in relatively 0G, right?
Yeah.
Can I just
Oh, yeah, you
Can I just fastball special this dude up to the console?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an exertion roll.
Cool. I've
Give me the
got
lift.
all my pips, so I'm gonna
Just give me a
put
lift.
3d4 into this.
3d4.
and-
Nice.
Yeah. There you go. Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah. Derek, what does it look like when you get? I mean, you guys tell me in tandem. What does this look like?
I curl up into a ball. I just go into in the fetal position.
Yeah. I grab him by where like the belt loops would basically be, and it's like not the shot put. What's the one where you're like spinning around a whole bunch and then you
Discus or
it's
shot
like
put?
it's like the flying discus where like I spin him around and I use the momentum to just hurl him up there past all the eggs.
Absolutely. Derek, or Glove, you land hanging on to this thing. You can still feel the lack of gravity making it difficult as you climb over to the console. You are precariously balanced over these eggs, and you can feel that same psychic energy that you could feel by the brain, these neural pathways opening up inside you, but now it's alien. It's not something that you understand in either of your bodies. It is a feeling of hunger, a feeling of want for freedom, a feeling of darkness, a feeling of loneliness, a feeling of isolation, a predatory feeling. It is hard to describe, but you have the console in front of you.
Use my hardware skill to get in there.
And just before you do, you feel a and large and imposing. You see from the crevice at the center of this thing, eyes start to open. 8 of them, as it begins to move out. Her, a massive spider. Derek, I am drawing this Dexploration card for you. Both qualities are important. The numeric value and the suit.
Oh boy.
So we have a 10 of clubs.
Okay.
What about this spider? Beyond the fact that she is large, what about her is overgrown? Is she overgrown with crystals? Is she overgrown with a material? Are her eyes gigantic? Like, what about her is overgrown in a, noticeable way?
She's covered in a rocky, icy substance. I think this spider is so huge that it has accumulated like the substance of this planet, like asteroids and things. So it's like a rocky arachnid.
Yeah. She looks like she probably blends right into the asteroid as she stands up.
Yeah.
And she moves faster than you'd expect something of her size to move. And it's not overtly aggressive. It is cautious and it is scared because you are close to something and you can feel it. This feeling that you are close to something important to her. But it's also curious as she eyes you. She moves closer to you, edging around, not in a predatory manner, or as non-predatory as she can be. And she sinks low. Who? What? What do you guys do?
I'm going to plug into that console, and I'm not going to say anything.
I'm going to distract it. I'm going to use one of my other load points to produce yet another piece of that translucent ore. I think this body was carrying some of it, and I hold it aloft and say, "I've come to speak with the one at the center."
It moves, twists over to you. You bring ore of the filament. Where, little buddy, did you find and learn to process it? She moves in closer.
My people,
are you of these planet?
My people do many things to appease the one at the center. I offer it before you as an olive branch, and I put it on the ground in front of me.
A pout comes out and selfishly grabs it away. More? Do you have more of the fiber?
Alas, I do not. My people...
This world...
Oh.
Terror. Coming apart. I require the fiber. I need children to draw things together.
Your job is to draw things together.
To prevent the tear.
Then our goals are aligned. Keeping things
They're
together.
that hardware.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to spend a pip. Because I want a node. I'm going to do 2.
Oh, fuck.
3. You go to hack into this system. And it works. And that's the problem. It shuts down, and this thing begins to rattle. It's coming apart. It's coming apart. It's coming apart. Lies, deception. She launches the ore at you. What do? She's in an aggressive stance now.
I'm going to try to send a signal through the antennae to try to, in a frequency that might harm her.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Basically,
that's
like,
really cool.
Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a hardware skill, Derek. You have that hacking thing, so you actually get +2 to this roll, not +1. Do you want to invest pips to roll more than 1d4?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I have 2 in hardware.
Roll it, baby. Five.
All right. Hell yeah.
This tower rattles with energy as you enter it in. What does it look like? Like what are you doing to this tower, and what is it doing to her?
Basically, like back end, going to back end, and like increasing, like overclocking it to an extent, and it's just putting out such a crazy radio frequency that it's just damaging the creature's eardrums or something.
I think it's doing more than damaging her eardrums. She starts to sway. She was coming at you full charge, and then her body moving and rattling. You can feel the rock carapace cracking apart. It's coming apart. It's coming apart. And she tumbles. And in the sky, you see illumination as the radio tower that you were in pops, and then further in the distance in the void, and then growing miasmas of energy start to form where they were, and you can see reality start to tear and pull. And you can hear more signals further out into the night. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. I am going to roll one more d4 for you guys to roll.
Okay.
Y'all lose 1 corpse energy.
All right.
That's it.
That was very good. That was fun.
I want to, oh my god. I'm trying to conceptualize this in my head, Corey, and it is requiring all of my neurons, all of my actual neurons. So I'll leave you with that. I'm definitely like completely engaged. But it's yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And you managed to like get metaphysical and like I said, pretty philosophical without being pretentious, which is good, because I know when I try to be smart in my campaigns, they can definitely seem pretentious. But I think you skirt that nicely here.
Thank you.
To be honest, like, yeah, I don't know, you can be pretentious in real life, obviously, but like
I appreciate that too.
All the time.
In the game, but this game definitely. I'm curious to see like how someone else would run it though, because like it definitely it seems like a product of your brain. But it would be interesting to see maybe someone who has only maybe less experience with sci-fi, because I think pretty much everything we encountered tonight was like rooted somewhere in sci-fi, but all 3 of us are like sci-fi nerds, so we're all kind of aware. But this is definitely like a niche game for sci-fi, like hardcore sci-fi nerds, and I think hardcore sci-fi nerds will appreciate that. So I think that's where you hit the nail on that.
Thank you so much for the kind words. And I do want to just add on that note, if anybody out there is watching and they've enjoyed this stream and they'd be interested in running God in a Corpse, either on stream or off stream for us, we would love to talk with you. Please reach out to us via the About Us page on our channel, on our contact page. You can find our website at tgsgames.com. We don't have social media anymore, notably. You can also email us, though, at terramundigames@gmail.com. We would love to get an original take on God in a Corpse, because, Derek, you're 1,000% right. This is definitely a game that was made by Corey, and it shows.
Well, yeah. But that's... Well, I think what more importantly is that, like, I can tell that, like, hardcore like sci-fi nerds like Corey, which there are obviously a fuck ton, are gonna like this. So.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, that's something we've talked about before. Like, you can't be something for everyone. I think it's good to be something for the market that you're, shooting for.
Yeah, I think this game definitely has a cool identity. So yeah, I don't know. Stick with that. Stick with being hardcore. Don't
become posers.
Don't
be
be
more
posers.
hardcore. But it's not like stats. It's not like stats heavy hardcore. It's more like you actually should, not should, but you actually like need to invest some kind of esoteric thought into what you're going to do and your characters.
It's like narrative hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, either
So
way.
that was fun.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Derek.
No, I'm excited. I do want to do this again sometime soon.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And we want to thank you so much for coming on. Derek, I know this was relatively last minute that we asked you to do this, so thank you for donating your Wednesday night. This is kind of a customary thing we do at the end of all of our streams. I don't know if you have any projects or anything like that you want to plug or maybe tell our viewers about, but I did want to make sure we gave you that opportunity just as a special thank you. No,
I wish, in the future, but it's been work has been the priority right now. Less creative stuff, but that'll change soon, hopefully.
For sure. Well, either way, we thank you so much for coming on. Corey, do we have any last announcements or anything like that before we leave off for the night?
I mean, also this much, like, we're planning on doing more God in a Corpse. I found some mistakes. We'll release a new, errata, just because there are some mistakes in the book. Little things, typographical stuff, nothing too bad. Expect more God in the Corpse. I think me and Taylor are going to release, as Derek said, rollable mysteries tables. I think we have an exploration splash book coming out soon. We'll probably have a gear reliquary sort of book coming out soon, and then I think we're gonna start doing God in a Corpse themed onto genre flavorings, setting splat books. But yeah, I don't know. Expect more of this.
For sure. All right. Well, then that being said, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate your brief visit, but hopefully not the last one to the Ruined Stars. You can catch up with us here on Twitch, and that's basically it by design. Again, you can reach out to us at tgsgames.com, our email terramundigames@gmail.com. We're not really on any social media, and that's not going to change. So thanks so much for your time. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you have a great week. Bye.
Bye. I love you.